Hey, this is Derek Jordan. Welcome to the World Fusion Show, where we bring you the leading innovators in world fusion music. Today, my guest is the Om Shalom Trio, and as you might imagine from their name, they combine Jewish and Indian music. Welcome, Om Shalom Trio, to the World Fusion Show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Derek.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's great to have you guys. So I wanted to start just by asking each of you about your background, your musical background. Did you have music in your family life and how you got into music? Why don't we start with you?
Okay, so I was born...
One second. Abhik
Mukherjee.
Mukherjee.
Yes.
Thank you.
I was born in Calcutta, and my father is a sitar player. So I started learning from my father, and then I went through gurus like Pandit Kashinath Mukherjee, Pandit Arvind Parikhji, as the Guru Shishya Parampara, the tradition goes on.
Yes.
But I am, our family, everyone plays music there.
Okay.
But no, I'm the first black sheep of the family who took it as a profession.
Oh, I see. Really stepping out there.
Yeah. So, and after that, my cousin is also a sitar player, Abhik Mukherjee. He's in Calcutta right now. He's a fantastic player. So it runs in the family.
I guess. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice. And Jessie, please.
Sure. So I grew up in also a musical household. My mom plays violin and viola and played piano as well, and is a teacher and a wonderful coach. And she wanted me to play an instrument she didn't play.
Oh.
So one day I went to the shop with her when she'd brought in her violin, and
You were very young.
I was very young. I was 2.5.
2.5, right?
And I sat down, and they put a little cello in front of me, and I gave it a big hug. I said, "Isn't she look cute?" And so sure enough, that's how it started. And I have a very patient mother. So.
The rest is history. That's great. And you kept getting bigger cellos.
I kept getting bigger cellos, yes.
to match everything. That's great. And Ranendra.
Well, I grew up the family, which is we have music in the house. Different, like a local musician come to our house, have a sort of tea party, like have a drink tea and make music and sing. So I started there, and I always, when I was 4, drawn to the tabla. The sound of tabla drove me crazy, and as I started. Then I studied tabla in Bangladesh, where I'm from. Then when I came to this country, I learned with Samir Chatterjee. Then eventually I went to Shauri Lahiri, who lives in California, and we have a lesson still now. I mean,
That's great.
In traditional way, Guru Shishya Parampara way.
Nice. So how'd you guys meet each other and get together? You want to tell that story?
Well, it was his brainchild.
Well, yeah. So I met Abhik 2010 as a concert, one of our friend concert.
Yes.
Then 2011, I got a gig in Atlanta, UGA. And I was looking for a sitar player, and a friend of ours said, maybe you should talk to Abhik. And I gave him a call, and that's it. Our journey started.
Yeah. But that was a classical concert.
This
band
Om Shalom band started actually through my wife. She came from Jewish tradition.
Okay.
And we actually we celebrated our like a Hindu wedding.
Right, of course.
So tried to combine two tradition. And when I noticed when she does the ritual Friday it kind of pretty similar to us. And
Shabbat,
then I got interested. So I was talking to Abhik, maybe you should start digging to their music.
Right.
And we got into it, and most of the songs are very pretty much to
it's very similar in nature with the approach of the notes and the scales. There are lots of similarities. I would say.
So we took the similarities, and we started at 2011 or 10, and that's where we are now.
That's so great. That's really, really nice.
Yeah.
I'd love to go to our first video.
Sure.
Sahara at Sunrise. Does someone want to talk about it and set it up a little bit?
Why don't we start talking with, because I cannot pronounce the name.
Right. So Sahara at Sunrise has a melody at the beginning that's a prayer, Shachar Avakeshcha. That one.
There you go.
It's a prayer that's usually sung at dawn. So it's a really special moment of a prayer. So we thought of it evoking sunrise and evoking this really special part of the day.
Yeah.
And we combined it
Yeah, because I found it very similar to a raga called Bhairavi, which is a very popular raga in India.
Okay.
So we combined it, and let's hear what is there.
Let's check it out right now. All right. All right, we are back with the Om Shalom Trio. That was beautiful, really nice.
Oh, thank you. We
I want to-
also,
yes.
yeah,
Come on.
if I can, the whole thing that we thought about is like in a desert, two caravans meeting.
Okay.
And they're conversing with each other, doing their little exchange that used to be in the Silk Route.
Yes.
And then they're again parting their ways.
Okay.
So that was the theme behind the whole composition.
Nice, nice, nice. So you have it seems like a very easy process of combining these two different cultures and styles. Well, there's more. Obviously, India's like vast. A lot of Americans don't know that, but I'm aware. But tell me a little more about your process in working together and how you bring these musics together.
So it's not only the Indian and Jewish music, but also we try to bring the Western classical.
Okay.
Especially the song I write in cello part, I had to write it,
Okay.
score it for her. So basically we have the Western classical and Indian classical influence and Indian folk and of course the Middle Eastern or Jewish folk there.
Yeah.
The process is, of course, it's very, it's having a conversation, talk about it.
We try to keep it as organic as possible. If Jessie brings a tune, I try to find out what raga or what melody is similar to it,
Right.
or make up some melody or put some phrases insert some phrases inside the melody,
Okay.
and then try to improvise on that.
Right.
And improvisation is a big part of this band because the structure we keep as loose as possible so that many people can join in.
Okay. Yes.
So that's what's the main idea behind it.
Yeah.
So as the structure is loose, we can shorten it or lengthen it as necessary. So which is important for a live band.
No, they're very good. So what goals and philosophy and purpose do you feel you're trying to show and present with your music?
Music connects. And
Brotherhood.
it's finally all tradition, all
Unity.
culture in this world has music, and it starts with very easy, simple flowing notes, and then it goes deeper and deeper, and the structure gets complicated.
Yeah.
But to the core, it's all the same 7 notes which is running around. So that's what it is.
And all the ones in between.
Yeah, and the ones in between. Yes.
Unity.
Unity.
There is no differences, similarity.
That's right. It's more about
We are
what's-
So it's all about unity within the diversity.
That's right.
diversity, yeah.
That's great. So I'd love to go to our second video.
Sure.
Do you want to say something about it, anyone?
Sure, it's TGIF. Is that the... No.
It's the other one. Bharavi.
Bhairavi. It's the Bhairavi.
The
and
Dawn of
Prophecies.
Okay.
Prophecy.
So
Yeah,
this is
that's
also,
the,
it's your, again, I'm not going to pronounce this piece.
See, we have all. This is where our unity comes in. So it's like, what was that? What? No, why don't you say that? So Eliyahu Hanavi, which is a prophet. So Dawn of Prophecies is how we wound up with this title. And it's a traditional song that's often sung near Passover. And I tweaked it a little bit so that it brought out some of the other nuances and some of the other tones that were coming in with when we combined it with the Bhairavi.
Yes.
We took some liberties, and
the
Indian. And when I was a child, I used to hear a prayer, and that prayer I got influenced and then changed it into a melody set in 16 beats, which starts right after she plays the melody.
Yeah, nice.
So it blends together.
Very nice. Let's listen to this and watch this now. Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
This starts with her composition first, and then it blends into the composition that has been played.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, I was just noticing from our clips that a lot of times that it's like I'll introduce one thing and then we'll morph into something. So we're winding up in a certain portion. It's like, I'm going to tell you about this, and that's not exactly what you heard. So.
I know. Well,
Yeah.
So
anyway,
hope you enjoyed it.
It sounds beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was curious just to ask you guys, who are some of your favorite musicians who've inspired you?
Oh my gosh. So many.
Any?
Would you try to?
For Western classical, of course, I like Beethoven, Mozart.
Yes.
Coming down to 20th centuries, Lucas Voss.
Okay.
Then come to the jazz, of course, Miles Davis, Coltrane. Indian music, Vilayat Khan Sahab, Ravi Shankarji. Tabla player, Karamatullah Khan Sahab. You know, it's great. It's just Abhik, also Abhik.
So I was going to say that I feel like my improvisation started with Baroque music. So I feel really very connected to the Baroque era in general.
Yes. Yeah.
And but for the most part, I find that question to be incredibly challenging.
It's hard.
And because the first thing that comes to mind is whoever I'm playing with at the moment.
I see.
And I feel like today I'm inspired by you, and
thank you.
and then I'm
Very
inspired
sweet
by
of
the
you to
people who
say
I'm sitting with, and the wonderful musicians in my presence. So I feel very fortunate.
We're blessed to have so many wonderful musicians. And Abhik, what about you?
My favorite sitar player is Vilayat Khan. It's and then Ravi Shankar and Ali Akbar Khan has also influenced me a lot. And
You like Anushka?
Yes, I like her fusion
Yes.
compositions.
Yeah.
It's very nice what she's doing with the fusion projects very recently. The recent album was very nice.
Yes.
But in classical sitar handling, it's I'm more into the Vilayat Khan, Abhik Mukherjee, Shujat Khan, and all these people.
Yeah.
You know, and then apart from that, of course, John Coltrane in jazz.
Yeah.
And Miles Davis, as he said,
Yes, amazing,
and I
yeah.
really am a fan of Mozart and Beethoven. So,
Yeah.
and also it's as she said, get inspiration
It's
like
perfect.
when you were playing with us.
Yeah.
It was really,
Vocal.
I got inspired when I was improvising and you were improvising with me. So I got really inspired with.
Well, I love to improvise. I've spent
I would love to
many
play
times.
with you sometimes.
Be very
And
nice.
I guess I was going to also say that because of the Western classical and other, that I'd play a lot of pop music as well.
Yes,
So
yes.
playing with, it could be with Adele one day and play
Yeah.
with Philip Glass the next. And
That's
so
right.
I
Yeah,
find
yeah.
that they're all really very inspiring.
That's right. It's really wonderful. You guys play. You have a CD out now, right?
Yes.
Just came out, I think, last year. I think, right? So, how was the process of making that CD for you?
Wow.
It was a long process.
It's a long process.
Very
It
long.
took longer.
Yeah, it's a
Longer than you thought, right?
Yeah. It's which is we like it because we actually get into the music and
That's right.
think about it, and it's not that we were unhappy, but we're really happy that we went to the process.
It's rather different from playing a live concert and getting into a CD. It have to be more structured.
Structured, yeah.
And so that was the real hard challenge because we were all performing live
Yes.
shows.
Yeah.
And when we got this structure, so it needed to be taking time and 1 or 2 songs at a time with rehearsing and getting it ready and getting it done.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd love to go to our third video. This is a very lively number, and I love it. I think it's great. You want to say something about it first?
Yeah, Jessie, please.
This is TGIF.
Okay.
That's the one we were talking about before.
Okay.
And it also is coming from a prayer that we say on Friday night.
Okay.
And it's a very lively time when people are dancing.
That's right.
And so we thought, as a joke, because we're a little bit humorous, that we'd call it TGIF.
Okay. Good. All right. Let's check it out right now. Hey, that was great. We're back.
Thank you.
So, Om Shalom Trio, I just want to say thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
coming
Thank
on
you
the
so
show
much.
today.
Thanks for having us.
It's really been just great to have you. Abhik, Jessie and Ranendra.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck with everything.
Thank you.
All right. And now we're going to go to the part of the show where we play together and jam. And a lot of people think this is their favorite part of the show.
Looking forward to that.
A lot of people say that.
So fun.
Looking forward to
It's
that.
really great, yeah. All right, hey, this is Derek Jordan. Thanks for joining us today on the World Fusion Show. And we've got lots more great shows coming up for you. And I just want to say, hey, remember, think globally, listen locally, and support independent music.